Okay, I think I've done everything that I was supposed to do, and hopefully I've not left anybody sitting in the waiting room. So we're good to go. So buenas tardes.
Buenas tardes.
Buenas tardes.
Hoy es el primer día de diciembre. Navidad se viene. ¿Tienen sus pavos en reserva?
No.
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 We're not having a turkey this year. There's nobody coming. We're going to my son's for a couple of days. We're risking Christmas. We're still being jolly careful, but we're hoping to have a jolly good time. So we're going to my son's in Soham. He's in zone 2 as well. So is it so? No, it's tier 2, isn't it? It's not zone.
Yeah,
2.
that's right.
I'm getting my underground mixed up with my COVID restrictions. So no, we don't need a turkey.
Pavos is turkey, is it?
Pavos, yeah, pavo is a turkey. Yeah, we normally have. Margaret normally insists on getting the biggest turkey. When we phone the butcher, he says, "How big do you want it?" She says, "As big as you like." One year, it nearly killed me carrying it back to the car. It must have been about 50 kilograms. This it was huge. I think we had to slice the top off to get it in the oven. Anyway, this year I'll get away with a chicken from Co-op, I think. Right, we're just going to. I was just going to mention Christmas to everybody, having brought it up. So we'll. I was going to carry on until the Tuesday before Christmas. We'll have a lesson then. I think it's the 22nd or something like that. Then I thought we'll have a break, and perhaps we'll come back just checking on the actual day. December, yeah, it is the 22nd, and then we'll come back on the 5th of January. We'll just take a week off. Because Christmas is all but cancelled this year, isn't it? So we'll just
absolutely.
We did start a bit.
Return date again, please.
Sorry,
Eric, could you say the return date again for me?
Yeah, January the 5th, the first Tuesday after New Year. So, but I'll send a note round to everybody, of course, and
thank you.
So forth. So, and of course, normally we'd have a little party maybe on the last Tuesday before we break up, but we won't be able to get together for a party.
No Brussels sprouts in alu foil this year.
There's no Brussels sprouts. You don't just get Brussels sprouts, you get chocolates as well.
Are we going to have a quiz?
Depends how lucky you are.
You get a sprout. I'm
Are
not
we
sure.
going to have a quiz?
I don't know, Mangala. I don't think the quiz has the same sense of jeopardy if there's not a sprout, is there? But we shall
send it.
we
Send
shall
it by email so we can do it at home, and then we can compare the scores.
Yeah,
and then we can make someone eat a Brussels sprout when when we get back.
Yeah, the sprout will be in the post. I think Linda's just joined us. Linda, did you get in? Linda Broughton.
Yes.
Oh, good. Is your mouse working?
Half-heartedly.
Half-heartedly, yes.
I'm on a different device though.
All right. Okay. Jolly good. Well, let's get cracking. ¿Qué tenemos esta semana? Tenemos nuestro libro, Crimen en Barcelona, Conversación en Español, our conversations book. We're going to have a crack at speaking a bit more Spanish. We did that this morning, and I think some people are still traumatized from it, including me. It's surprising how your mind goes blank when you're faced with questions in Spanish. But we have we're not going to be defeated. We're going to persist. And also we'll talk a little bit about homework. So empecemos. We begin. Clima en Barcelona. Now we were to do chapter 11 and 12. So I thought that because we're going to try and make some room in the lesson for some conversation towards the end, we'll just read chapter 11. But we will, there's a few things I want to discuss in both chapters, and there's also a couple of questions. I thought I'd go with a few questions rather than reading it all out. So we'll test your comprehension. It's gosh, it's like 11 plus all over again, isn't it? So I need some volunteers. Let me see. I'm not going to go from the top. Ken's hiding in the middle of the group now.
That's good.
It's completely random how this seems to work. So down at the bottom of the group, we have Julie and Mangala. So maybe Julie would kick us off, if that's okay.
Okay.
Would you want to chapter 11 on page
Chapter
20?
11.
Do you want to read those first two paragraphs to where it starts the italic section?
Okay. El sábado por la mañana, Miguel recibió el llamado de médico forense. Los resultados de la autopsia ya estaban listos. Sin perder un minuto, se visitó y fue a buscar el informe. Eran las 8:40 por la mañana.
Yep.
Y la clínica estaba totalmente vacía. En la mesa de entrada le dijeron que debía ir al cuarto piso. La recepción del laboratorio estaba vacía. Miguel caminó hasta la mesa de entrada y apretó un botón. Enseguida apareció una chica rubia con uniforme celeste.
Muy bien, gracias, gracias. Lorna, would you be able to translate that for us, please? You need to come off mute, Lorna. Sorry.
That would help, sorry.
I thought I'd gone deaf for a minute.
Miguel received a call from the forensic doctor. The results of the autopsy were ready already. Without losing a minute, he dressed and went to get the report. It was 8:40 in the morning and the clinic was totally empty. On the entrance table, he was told that he must go to the 4th floor. The reception, the laboratory reception was empty. Miguel walked to the table, the entrance table, and pushed a button. There appeared a blonde girl in a light blue uniform.
Yeah, brilliant. Thank you very much. Mangala,
Yeah.
would you be able to finish reading the rest of that chapter 11 for us from where it starts in italic?
Ok. Buenos días. ¿En qué puedo ayudarlo? Buenos días, señorita. Mi nombre es Miguel Esteves. Vengo a retirar los resultados de una autopsia. El nombre de la persona es Felipe Amador. La empleada anotó el nombre en un papel pequeño. Unos minutos más tarde, regresó con un sobre gran color crema. Miguel le dio las gracias y abrió el sobre de inmediato. En la primera hoja decía Felipe Amador, causa de la muerte, envenenamiento.
Good. Thank you very much. Rona, are you able to translate for us, please?
Okay, yeah. Good day. Can I help you? Good day, miss. My name is Miguel Estevez. I'm here to collect the results of an autopsy. The name of the person is Philippe Amandor. The employee noted the name on a small piece of paper. Some minutes later, she returned with a big cream-coloured envelope. Miguel thanked her and opened the envelope immediately. On the first sheet, it said, Philippe Amandor, cause of death, poisoning.
Yes.
Dun, dun, dun. Sorry.
It certainly, yes, wow. We weren't expecting that, were we? I thought he was a dead ringer for a heart attack. What we used to, I don't know whether the police called, we used to say it's a natural causes when one of the jobs for the reporters when I worked on the newspaper was go down to the police each morning and find out what had been happening. We used to get a desk sergeant who opened the book and you'd come back. Anything happening? No, just a couple of natches was. Yeah. So I was thinking it was going to be a natch, but not. It's more exciting than that. So a few things from these two chapters. We're not reading chapter 12. Eran las 8:40 de la mañana. So they've used the imperfect tense eran. It was 8:40 a.m. There were 8 hours 40 minutes to put it into Spanish time. We use the imperfect tense when talking about times in the past. And we do this whenever we're discussing a time in the past. It's just one of those little things to remember. Go with the imperfect. I think still on chapter 11, it was also La clínica estaba totalmente vacía. We also use the imperfect tense to talk about physical states in the past. I must say I had to look this one up because I thought, what on earth are they using why are they using the imperfect there? Because we're talking about something that had happened. It was empty. We've got a time. It was Saturday morning, so I'd have used the preterite, but no, we don't. We use the imperfect to talk about physical states in the past. Now, the physical state of the reception of the clinic was that it was totally empty. So that's the correct use. It's a tricky one, that, and it gets even trickier because if you look at the sentence in the next paragraph, he says, la recepción del laboratorio estaba vacía. So imperfect. Miguel caminó hasta la mesa de entrada y apretó un botón. So Miguel walks towards the desk in the entrance and presses a button. Apretó is in the preterite sense. So there's a switch there from the imperfect to the preterite. One verb is describing the physical state of the desk, and the other, pushing the button, is a completed action at a specified time in the past. So he's used the preterite there and the imperfect to describe the reception being completely empty. Gosh, sometimes Spanish does feel remarkably complicated. These are the grammar's perfectly correct. I did have to look this up. 501 Spanish verbs. It's got all the correct uses. So it is bang on, as you'd expect. But I think that's I think I'd really struggle if I was having to describe those events to get the grammar bang on.
Eric?
Yes.
Right, just a question. Is it, just to help me get my head around it, is it because he completed the pressing of the button? It was a complete action, whereas the clinic being empty, we don't know when it started being empty and how long it will keep on being empty.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's it. It's a more vague,
weird
thing. But I guess if you said the reception was empty, and then some people came in, you'd still use the imperfect tense for it being empty. But then when people came in, you'd use the past tense of venir. So you'd the preterite tense of venir. So you do use the imperfect when talking about an action in the past that occurred before another action took place. I did know that, although, but yeah, I guess it's in this one it's describing a physical state, and it's describing something that happened before something else in the past happened. So the switch between those two tenses is absolutely correct, and I think it's something for us to just note. I think we're unlikely to frame such complicated sentences ourselves. Yes.
Eric.
Yeah.
Is it also because if the laboratory had been made, if somebody had made it empty or emptied it, that would be preterite, wouldn't it? It was in unwearing.
It would, yes, if there's a physical action, yeah, it would, yeah. But it's a state, it's empty, so yeah, it's the imperfect. I wouldn't get too hung up on it. It's just it struck me because I was thinking, what is that? I had to sort of think about it. So want to remember that old imperfect keeps creeping in. And he says, vengo a retirar. I have come to collect. Again, I had to think about this one. Retirar means to remove, but if you stick vengo a retirar into a translation engine, it does come back with collect.
Retrieve.
I've come to collect. So that's and interestingly, if you look up retirar, it's one of those verbs you get quite a few of these in Spanish, but it's one of those where you get a whole long list of meanings, and you think, this isn't a very precise language sometimes. Osea is another little phrase that I came across, not familiar with it, and so I had to sort of try to translate it in my head, and I couldn't translate it. So I had to look it up, and it came back as would be, could be. But in other words, it's one of those phrases, osea, in other words. Sea is the subjunctive mood of ser, so it could be. So the translation seems to be in other words for an English translation. It's not one that you'd guess very easily. She is this Anna or Miguel says en lo mismo que pensé yo. It's the same that I thought. That's what I thought. So that's what I thought. It's one of those phrases you kind of can translate, but because of the way the Spanish phrase sentences and where the pronouns go, it sort of seems back to front to an English I. So you perhaps get it if you look at it a couple of times. Of course, if you're familiar with the phrase, then it's as easy as pie, isn't it? It just trips off the tongue. Okay, so I have a few questions that we and I'll make it easy for you. Did I put these in the notes?
Yes.
Did I?
Yes.
Okay, all right. I'll make it easy for you. Put him on the screen, but you've already had chance to look at these, and so we'll do these. So I'm still going up my on-screen list. So Apple is the next person on my list. Apple, cuando recibe Miguel una llamada del laboratorio forense?
Miguel recibió la llamada el sábado por la mañana.
Yeah. Sí, claro. Recibe, not recibe. Did you say recibió? Recibo?
Recibió.
Is it recibe?
Recibir.
It's recibir, yeah. Recibe. When
No,
did he received? Yeah.
Recibió.
Is it? Oh, well.
It is in the chapter.
It is recibió.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's me. I've got that wrong then in the question, haven't I? I've not had a very good week this week. There were loads of errors in this morning's lesson that I was having to put right, and I read through the PowerPoint slides and I picked up about 3 or 4 before I started the lesson. So I'm having a bad week. Giselle, ¿qué color de cabello tiene la recepcionista del laboratorio forense?
La recepcionista del laboratorio tiene un cabello celeste.
No.
Light blue hair. That was
Cabello.
Cabello.
Rubia.
Rubia. Yeah.
Rubio.
Ella es una chica rubia. Rubia. She's a chica, and so she's yeah.
Eric,
A chico rubio or chica rubia.
Eric, after that, should that be exactamente como le gustan a él? Exactly as he liked them.
Exactly as he likes them. What? How did he like them? I can't remember.
Well, anyway, I think.
They were slim and green-eyed. That was. I don't know Miguel very well, but I suspect
I say that because that was a line in a previous chapter.
it was, wasn't it?
Exactly as he liked them.
I think that Miguel probably likes his women to be women.
That was Anna before.
You like the look of Anna.
Well, he's promiscuous, I think.
Veronica, ¿cuál fue la causa de la muerte de Felipe?
La causa de la muerte de Felipe fue envenenamiento.
It's a tough word, that, isn't it? Poison.
Yes.
I've practiced saying it about 30 times in the last week. Envenenamiento. Yeah. I think I'll tell you another story of my days as a young reporter. There was a story again about the guy who went down to the police station in the morning, and he said that there'd been a dead body found in Palmyras in Cairo Street in Warrington, and he said the policeman had found him in Palmyra Square, but he'd dragged him into Cairo Street because he couldn't spell Palmyra. It's just the sort of thing the police in Warrington would have done, I think, but I'm sure it's just a fib. Anyway, there we go. Jane, you're on top of Veronica. ¿Qué dos opciones hay para explicar la muerte de Felipe?
La muerte de Felipe fue un suicidio o un crimen.
Sí, claro. No hay más opciones. So we are. I don't know what's going to happen next. Normally, I read a couple of chapters in advance, but I haven't done so this week. So I'll see what Lena makes of that. It'll be interesting to see. So well done, everybody. I think this is a good book. I quite liked the guy we had last time. I can't remember his name now. What was his name?
Juan
Fernandez. Yeah, I quite like Juan Fernandez, but I think Paco Ardit is he's got a good story here, and I think this one by Ollie Richards, the Conversations in Spanish, is also good. So that's where we'll move to now. Conversación en Español, capítulo 7, La Llamada, Call. Rodolfo García dice a Nuria y Alicia que tiene una posible solución para el problema de los dibujos de Goya. So he's got a solution, and I'm going to need 3 actors again. Alicia, Rodolfo, and Nuria. So who do I have in my list? My mouse has gone on strike now. There we go. So I've got Carl, Maggie, and Susan. So shall we let Carl? Would you be Rodolfo Garcia?
See?
Yeah, you've got a big part this week. It's
Have I? I'm typical.
yeah.
I haven't looked at it.
Rodolfo's got a big part. Maggie, would you be Alicia?
Sí.
And Susan, would you be Nuria, please?
Sí. Gracias.
Good. Okay. So, empecemos.
Yeah. Oh,
Are you good to go, Maggie?
yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
¿Qué
Had
hacemos?
you nodded off?
No, I was looking at Rodolfo's part. ¿Qué hacemos?
Tengo una idea. Tengo un amigo que también un historiador del arte. Es experto en arte español. Se llama Manuel Valverde. Sin duda, él puede decir son realmente obras de Goya. Si son de Goya, llamamos a policía.
Me parece muy bien. Es una excelente idea.
Haré la llamada ahora mismo. Hola, Manuel. Necesito un favor. ¿Puedes venir a mi tienda? Hay unas obras que parecen ser originales de Goya. Sí, de Goya. Vale. Te espero. Adiós.
¿Su amigo vendrá ahora?
Dice que no está en la ciudad, pero vendrá mañana mismo. ¿Queréis venir vosotros también?
Sí, me parece bien. Quiero conocer a su amigo, el experto, y quiero ver las obras con él.
Os espero mañana. Espero.
mañana.
Os espero.
Mañana.
Hasta mañana. So, good. Well done, everybody.
Eric,
Yes, Angela.
the title of this is La Llamada, but
Yeah.
in our book, it's the one we just read, chapter, it says Miguel Recibio El Llamado. So what is the difference?
You did, didn't you? Yeah.
Chapter 11.
Well, that's very well spotted. I don't know. I thought the call would be feminine.
Yeah.
So I didn't pick that up. Let me just have a quick look. Well, El Llamado and La Llamada are both the call.
Yeah.
It translates as the call. I can't see any obvious reason why one would be
Eric?
it would be masculine and one would be feminine.
Eric?
Yeah.
I'm just looking on my Spanish dictionary and it says El Llamado is Latin American.
Oh.
Ah.
Oh, I see.
Okay. So Paco RD is Argentinian. So that's the reason. It's a dialect difference. But well spotted, Mangala. You've got a forensic eye for detail, haven't you?
Looks like.
Yeah,
But
good.
the book is based in Barcelona, Crimen in Barcelona. So you thought, I mean, I thought it will be Spanish rather than Latin American.
I suspect it's just that the author is Argentinian. Although
No, it's not. If you look on the back,
all right,
he was born in Madrid and
right.
then moved to Buenos Aires in Argentina. So
Ah,
obviously he's got Spanish parents and flips between the two.
He's picked up some Argentinian dialect. Then that explains it. So if you're in Latin America, you need to make sure you change the gender of your calls. I don't suppose anybody's going to be too worried about it, but thank you for that, Jill. Well spotted. The Argentinians do speak quite a distinctive dialect of Spanish. Lucy's always, when we were in Ecuador, there were a few Argentinians kicking about, and she could spot them a mile off just by the way they talked. They must have been, they obviously have a very distinctive accent and a lot of words that they say in quite an unusual way. So I've got my doubts about Rodolfo Garcia. I'm not sure he's such an honest man. I think the taxi driver was right when he said, yeah, be careful, the place, talking about the market. He said the place was full of robbers, didn't he? I think he's probably right. Good. We'll take another chapter of that next week. So we're going to do some want to do some Spanish speaking here and give people, the idea of this was to was for somebody to tell us something about a subject in Spanish, and we'll take 2 or 3 questions, maybe just a couple of questions on each one, and see whether and then get some answers. So we'll just discuss it a little bit. We'll see how it goes. This is an idea that my sister gave me, who ran the Spanish conversation class, which hasn't been going for a little while. Apparently they can't do it on Zoom. They can't do it unless there are chocolate biscuits. So they have to meet in person. I'm being mean, but let's have a crack at this. We'll see how it goes. It's really just to practice speaking some Spanish. So who was last? We've got Jill up there. So the first one was to tell us all something about your first pet. Can you?
Mi primera mascota era un perro que se llamó Paddy, y ahora mi marido se llama Paddy.
I didn't get all of that. Could you just do that again for us?
Mi primera mascota fue un perro.
Mm-hmm.
Y el perro se llamó Paddy.
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 Paddy. Ah, Paddy.
Y ahora mi marido se llama Paddy.
You love the dog so much you chose a husband with the same name. Does anybody have a question? Katie,
Qual è mascota ci gusta mejor? I'm trying to say which mascot, which pet did you like the best?
Un momento. Es tu marido lado de te?
Ah,
What's that?
I'm trying to say, is your husband sitting next to you? Before you answer.
Sí, es muy cerca.
Jill, ¿qué tipo de perro fue Paddy?
Jack Russell.
Oh.
Y fue muy Malay, very bad, naughty. I looked up naughty. Travieso.
Fabienzo.
Travieso. No hizo lo que dije. He didn't do what I said.
Muy bien, gracias. Gracias, Jill. Bryn, I'd love to hear about your first pet.
Oh. Cuando era niño, yo no tiene un mascota. Oh. Pero cada año tuvimos 100 cockerels. Claro, no pavos, cockerels.
100.
Mi hermana y mi trabajo alimentaros los, pero cada natividad cocineros, los Dewhursts, vinimos a sacar todos los cockerels.
All right, okay. These don't sound like pets to me. It sounds more like a chicken farm in business.
Well, yeah, every year, because he used to have day-old chicks, and my dad used to get about 100 cockerels, Rhode Island Reds, and come Christmas time, my brother and myself, we had to feed them, look after them, and every Christmas time, Dewhurst came round and wrung the necks.
Oh, right. Okay. Do you call them cockerels?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that a Spanish word?
I think it should be, because it sounds so Spanish.
I think the Spanish for a cockerel is gallo. Gallo.
Yeah, gallo. Yes.
Gallo.
Yeah. I thought cockerel was nicer though.
And hens, gallinas. Gallinas. I do remember this one because I famously in Ecuador mixed up gallinas and galletas. So I asked Jenny how her biscuits would, how many eggs her biscuits were laying. It's one of those things that sticks in your head, isn't it? Does anybody have any questions about Bryn's bloody Christmas enterprise? I'm not surprised. Everybody's been stunned into silence, Bryn. So let's choose one more person to ask about their pet. Sue Gockel, tiene un mascota?
Sí, mi primera mascota was un perro. Llama Bruce.
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 Bruce, as in Robert the Bruce.
Sí.
So I don't know whether I misheard, but we should say yeah, no, that's fine.
Yeah.
Bruce. ¿Qué tipo de perro fue Bruce?
Pardon?
¿Qué tipo de perro fue Bruce? ¿Fue un perro Escocia?
Naturalmente.
No lo sé.
No, Escocia.
No lo sé.
Who's got a question about Bruce?
Que fui, Susana, que fui el color de perro?
Y pero el gris y blanco.
Okay, gracias.
Gris y blanco.
Sí.
Muy bien. Okay, let's look at number 2. ¿Cuál es tu prenda de vestir favorita? Shanta, ¿cuál es tu prenda de vestir favorita?
Nunca. No tengo una
Prenda.
no contesta. No puede contestar. Lo que no entiendo la palabra prenda.
Prenda, item of clothing. What's your
Item of clothing.
What's your favorite item of clothing?
Cualquier que covers my cuerpo. Anything comfort. ¿Qué es palabra for comfortable?
Okay.
Cualquier.
I don't know what the Spanish is for a onesie. Presumably it's a onesie, is it?
Comfortable. Let me just have a look. Que cómodo para alle tiempos.
Muy cómodo. See?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. I bet Suzanne has a favorite item of clothing.
Tengo mucho frío. Me gusto mis cardigans.
¿Qué color cardigan es tu favorita?
Different colors.
Algo, anything or something?
Algo?
Something.
Yeah. Algunos, something, yeah.
Algunos cardigans, sí.
Now, I don't know if it's el cardigan, so algunos cardigans. ¿Qué color prefieres?
I'm not fussed.
No.
As long as they're warm, I don't care.
Como costa? the cardigan.
Como costa.
Costar.
I don't understand the question. Como,
Quando quest.
Quante questa?
Quanta questa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, costa is how it cost, but quanta costa.
Mucho dineros.
Get Sainsbury's?
Oh, where do I buy them? Sorry. Any tienda de ropa? As long as it's cheap, I don't care.
Primark.
No brand loyalty. No brand loyalty.
Nothing special, no.
So, Ken, I know your favourite item of clothing. I bet you're wearing it now, aren't you?
Again.
Okay. I have got two of these. So if you see me wearing it every week, it's not the same one. I've got two identical fleeces, and I've got two of these shirts. One's a checky one, and one's a plain green one, and they're a mix of wool and cotton, and they're really warm, lovely.
Spaniel.
So I have these on all the time.
Spaniel.
So stay with Ken. Ken, ¿cuál fue el primer disco que compraste?
Lo siento, no puedo recordar el primer disco que compré, pero me recuerdo el nombre de mi primera novia. Fue Vivienne.
Okay, that was a politician's answer, wasn't it? It's called changing the subject. So I'm running out of people. Carl, ¿tú recuerdas fue el primer disco
Sí.
que compraste?
Mi primer disco que compraste estaba My Sharona cantado por Lanac. Yo lo compré en 1978. En 1978.
78, yeah.
Sí.
Maggie.
The year or the number of revs it did?
Yeah. 4 e 5 y 4. No revs 3 y 43. Es 9. 9. Nuva.
5 y 4.
5 y 4. Yeah. 5 y 4.
554. Is that?
No. 45.
45. Yeah. 45. 45.
They're off the top of your
head. El primer disco que compré fue Longboat to China de Emil Ford y los Checkmates. Era un 78. Y todavía lo tengo en el garaje.
No.
Never throw anything away. So does anybody else Maggie, would you want to tell us about you have free choice. You can pick any one of these subjects to talk about.
Okay, mi primera mascota fue un conejo, se llama Bimbo. Bimbo fue gris y blanco. E vivi en I can't say hutch in Spanish.
Casa de conejo.
Casa pequeño por los conejos.
Muy bien, muy bien. Does anybody have any questions about Bimbo the rabbit?
Mi también un conejo y vivía en caja vieja fuera de mi casa. Sí, vivía en una casa.
Yeah, I was just digesting that one, Ken. Okay, the rabbit lived in the house.
No, okay. A construction con una caja vieja.
All right.
An old box.
Yeah.
Caja. Fuera de mi casa. Outside my house.
That Bryn may have had rabbits, but no doubt they went to Sainsbury's.
Claro. Conejo están muy bien comida.
Yeah, sí.
Okay, moving on. Well done, everybody. It's hard. It will get easier. We'll keep it going.
My brain freezes.
Yeah, it does.
I want to say, but I can't think of the words.
Yeah, but the more you try, the less it freezes. I think that's we'll persist for a little while, and if everybody hates it, you must let me know. I generally get a few emails when there's something that people don't like, so I do tend to.
I hate it.
Taylor, but we'll keep going for a bit longer, maybe. Yeah. So how did we get along with the listening exercise? Why not Spanish?
It was difficult.
It was,
anything verbal is really hard.
Yeah, there was a lot, wasn't there? There were some questions in the video. But can anybody remember cuál era el trabajo de María en el crucero?
We're getting a lot of feedback, Eric.
Yeah, I think maybe we should just mute. We're that's maybe that's better. ¿Cuál era el trabajo de María en el crucero? Bryn?
Yeah.
¿Recuerdas?
Yeah. Porque los niños.
Sí. Su trabajo era cuidar a los niños. ¿Qué tema de la fiesta fueron María y Cody? Disfrazadas. Disfrazados. Dressing up is the word I'm struggling with. Veronica, ¿recuerdas?
No recuerdo.
No. Fue un fiesta de
Halloween.
Halloween. Muy bien.
Yeah.
Y finalmente, ¿qué deporte intentaron jugar María y Cody en el barco? They weren't very good at it either.
El baloncesto.
Baloncesto. Muy bien. Muy bien. So I've got an easier, there's a slightly easier, shorter one to do this week. Do you find these useful? Do people do people find these useful?
Yeah.
I'm not sure how useful they are because I don't know. I suppose I have about 30% understanding at the start. After listening to it once, maybe getting up to 50 or 60. It's a lot easier if you put the subtitles up. It's cheating a bit, but it is a lot easier with the subtitles.
We like cheating.
Yeah.
I thought it was easier when I took the Russian subtitles off.
Yeah, if you put the Chinese ones on, you've no chance.
I think it helps to listen to the language because I tend to do a lot of reading, so I find that much easier than the actual listening and speaking.
Yes.
Like translating in my head. So I'm hoping the more we listen, the easier it'll get.
I think it should do. Yeah, it should do. Anyway, we've got another listening exercise this week. It's all about a trip to the zoo in America. So we'll have a go at that one. I'll send round some notes. Thanks ever so much, everybody, for your persistence and your patience. I've just seen Beryl. Hi, Beryl. You didn't pop up on my gallery, so
Yeah, I've been here all along.
you've been keeping your head down, I think. So I'll look forward to seeing you all next week.
Bye.
Hasta
Muchas gracias.
mañana.